What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Sensei chat at you guys with another video. In today's video I'm going to be showing you guys, in my opinion, the best Rage DPS loadout. Now as far as the loadout goes, like guys, I'm not gonna lie, I have posted a few videos with me using Rage in raids and stuff, and you guys have probably seen my loadout, but I do swap it around depending on the circumstances, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the best loadouts in the different scenarios. So let's go ahead and jump into this. So actually, before we hop into the video, guys, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys subscribe, comment in the comment section. I subscribed, and I will do my best to reply to every comment and like every comment as well. So make sure you guys are doing that for the latest videos. With that being said and out of the way, let's hop into the loadout. So as you guys can obviously see, I'm in my tank loadout right now. My tank armory. So let me go ahead and switch it back into my DPS real quick. Now ignore the loadout at the moment, guys. That is what I run usually. That's just the loadout that I actually usually run if I'm just around as, and that's kind of like my single target and AoE loadout. I'm gonna go ahead and explain why. So before we jump into the reason why I use this loadout, I'm going to be going ahead and showing you guys the skill points, the artifacts, and the gear, white mods, and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and jump into that. So as you guys can see, I do not have all of my 295 gear yet. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really had time to actually grind for that in between editing videos, making and I've had like a lot of IRL stuff going on. I'm just kind of having fun with that. But so starting at my weapon, I'm using the Blast Adapter 5. Your weapon attacks blaster target, excuse me, blaster target and 5 other enemies for additional damage. This can only occur once every 20 seconds. That actually does a lot of damage. If you think about it, if you're using, I wouldn't recommend dual wield for rage. I would rather use martial arts, but I've just never switched from dual wield. I really need to, but I would prefer you to use martial arts or even one-handed maybe. But Blast Adapter 5 in your weapon socket is really, really good. So in my head socket at the moment, I'm actually using I'm using whip thrash. That's from when I was actually light, when I was DPSing as light. You don't want to run that. Obviously, you want to go ahead and get something that matches your power. I'm trying to, But for your next socket, you're going to use escalating might 5. This is going to increase your might by 2% for 8 seconds when you hit an enemy with a harmful superpower. And you guys know rage is full of harmful superpowers. But it does not work with supercharged power. So if you was to, use a supercharge to do the damage, then it wouldn't work. Now, I don't know if that counts Neo Venom boost or not, but mainly just your regular loadout. Going on down to your back, I'm using Berserker. This right here, it requires a boost obviously, but your damage output increases by an additional 10% when your health drops below 35%. I cannot stress it enough how much this actually helps. Like, especially if you're so close to beating the boss and the boss's health is low and your health is low, it's going to increase the chance of you beating that boss without having to restart, especially like if it's in a duo or a solo. But that, if you have a healer on your team, it works, but it's just like your healer is going to keep your health up anyway. So, and then for your chest, I'm using core strength. You gain an additional 2% damage. That's a must. You need that, and that's a must. You need core strength, you need berserker, and you need escalating might. Those 3 are actually really helpful. Ignore chain gun. I was munitions too. I was playing around switching powers. It doesn't matter if I'm DPSing or tanking. I always run explosive block for my feet, because it comes in so much handy, especially the new 4-player when you're fighting what's the name, Flash or whatever, Flashpoint Flash, whatever, flashpoint zoom. I forget his name, but if he jumps at you, or if you're blocking and he tries to jump at you, it's gonna sling him on the ground. So it's gonna give it's gonna give everybody more time to it's gonna give everybody more time to burn him down before he gets back up. So. And then for my hands, I'm using max damage. Using a superpower increases damage by 2% for a short time. That on top of escalating Might 5 is actually really OP. And then for my face, I'm using Dominance and Might Legion. I haven't swapped my face piece out because I'm actually, this face piece is a 301 item level, and it's just higher than the new Flashpoint gear, so that's why I run the face piece. And I do run the Dominance and Might White mod inside of my face socket just for the 342 might, and plus you get a weaponization rating, and you get a little bit of dominance with that too. So let's go ahead and hop over to my might's actually at 78,000 right now. It varies, but that's my base might. And the reason why it's not max like 85k or something like that is because number one, I'm only at 335 CR. But even with that might, ladies and gentlemen, I still top the charts on my DPS. You guys are going to want to see gameplay. If you guys want to see gameplay with this exact loadout and rotation, everything, just go look at one of my previous videos. It's Rage is OP in the new raid. That's the title of it. Just go watch that. I'm running the same loadout and everything. So if you guys want to see that in action, I'm going to be using the Spartan targets today just because I don't feel like queuing up with randoms and wasting time trying to beat a raid for the video. So my artifacts, I'm running Tetra of Ungrund, and I'm running Grimorium Verum, and I'm running the Strategist card. Now a lot of people ask me, oh, Unsolved, why are you running Tetra? The reason I'm running Tetra is because number one, it increases your might and increases your team's might. So it's gonna make the raid go by a whole lot smoother, and it's gonna increase your might by a lot also. So honestly, people always ask me like, why you're running that if if you have buff tros that run that. Well, buff tros is not a thing in every single raid. It's only like I've rarely come across buff tros. Mostly I end up coming across power tros. So and me myself, I'm a power tro if I'm not rage. So that's the reason I run that, is to give myself extra might when I'm not around a buff tro. Now you could swap Tetra out for the transformation card, because transformation card and strategist card does work good together, but I'm just running Tetra just for the increased might, just to help me and my team out, and it does help out a lot. So and then for the Grimorium Verum, that's obvious. Everybody knows why you run that. You have a Void Gazer that comes out and helps you in the combat, and the Void Gazer is actually available at level 80 if I'm not mistaken, and my artifact at the moment is at level 159, so I gotta break it through, but like I said, it does give you a lot of might, and it does help out a whole bunch. So definitely want to run Grimorium Verum, and you want to run Tetra. Well, you don't have to run Tetra. You can actually swap that for transformation. I'm sorry, but you do want to run Grimorium, and you definitely want to run the Strategist. The reason I run the Strategist card is because it actually gives you a damage over time. Now, you guys know in my most recent loadout tutorials and stuff like that, I've always ran Strategist because it gives a damage over time, and if you have Robot Sidekick out, it's just gonna do a lot of damage in general. So Robot Sidekick with this, plus with your damage over time superpower, man, I mean, it's so OP, so now you could actually swap if you wanted to. You could put transformation card there, and you could run solar amplifier if you really wanted to, but I just wouldn't really recommend it, honestly. And that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. So anyway, so let's go ahead and hop into the skill points. Well, I'm sorry, let me go ahead and go back to my skill points. So for my weapon, you guys can see I'm obviously only running 2 in my weapon, and then for my acrobats, of course, I'm only using rocket assisted glide. I don't really use anything else. for this loadout. For my iconic powers, you're gonna want to hit you're gonna want to need robot sidekick, and you're gonna want to need neo venom boost, just because. And then you're gonna want, under your stat points, you're gonna want to run focus superpowered. Your critical attack chance is going to be maxed out. Your critical attack damage is going to be maxed out, and your might and your might and power. You're going to put the rest of it on your might and power. So, as you guys can see, I have 203 skill points. If you can fill that up, then go ahead and go precision. So I'm actually going to go ahead and put one more on that. So now this is the loadout that I run right here, guys. I'm running outrage, eviscerating chain, lacerate, galling eruption, robot sidekick. Sorry guys, I just got a text message in the middle of this video, and berserk. Now you actually, so this is what I actually usually run, to be honest. I don't have a supercharged regenerator, which I think is a mistake. I really do need one. So I'm gonna go ahead and, you can, to be honest, I would run relentless anger, and I would swap it out for robot sidekick, and I would just kind of slide it over just like so. That's gonna really increase your supercharge, and it's gonna help out a lot. Now you could actually, guys, I did forget to mention, you could run Scrap of the Soul Cloak if you wanted to with rage, and that's gonna help you get your supercharge quicker, but I never do. So this is a loadout right here, guys. What you want to do is you're gonna want to go ahead and do this right here. Just watch the crits. Now you guys know that I actually will provide gameplay in my next video with rage. I just don't right now because I don't feel like queuing up for anything right now, but like I said, you guys can obviously see the damage that it's doing. It's doing really good damage. So it does hit pretty good. This is my favorite loadout, one of my favorites. Now people vary, people vary on how they use rage. I use rage a certain way. Everybody uses it different. This is just the loadout that I run right here. And if you're using a single target, to be honest, guys, the only difference that you would probably make would be swap lacerate for revenge, and it honestly, I'm getting messages. Let's just swap that for revenge. Swap lacerate for revenge, and that's really good for a single target also. So, but this is more of an ad loadout, and AOE also, not an AOE, but a damage over time. So it helps out a lot. So that's the loadout that I use, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys subscribe, comment, and like I said, I'll try my best to get back at you guys with another, with like a reply or like a comment, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.